Hey Gemini, welcome to your reading for the week of April 3rd. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com to help support all the YouTube astrologers and YouTube readers is what I meant to say. But let's get into your week this week and see what is going on for you. You show up here at the end. Very good. I do think this week you have the Three of Clubs. Again, not getting the typical message. This card to me normally represents second chances, but I think this card is actually asking you to look at how you present yourself to other people, how you express yourself at this time. The card, threes traditionally kind of represent mind, body, spirit. You could say the whole thing. But it's a whole package, but sometimes I think that it represents weakness as well, because the cards want to be even, as I always say. I always say if the cards had feelings, they would all want to be even numbers. So I do think that this card, and again, I wouldn't look at it as a weakness. I think it's just you kind of looking at how you present yourself to the world and how other people kind of see you at this time. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, or maybe you like it but you still want to make some changes, and I think all those things would be good. Like I said, I've said to a couple of people, I think this particular Venus retrograde is very experimental. I think it's all about experimenting and trying new things, I think that's what you should do, even as far as how you look to, maybe it's other changes that you want to make in your personality or something that you want to learn as well. I think there have been a lot of sudden realizations for a lot of you as well about maybe not yet, maybe actually this month. The energy might have to kind of hit you this month in April, but I think a lot of you will have sudden realizations about things around career and what you actually want to do. Ace of Diamonds could have you stepping off on a new path. That's what this card represents. Kind of starting a new journey, usually financially. However, this card can represent marriage, getting married, and being married to somebody. You have some great love cards this week as well. So there's definitely potential to get married again, obviously, with somebody. If you're not, I would say there's a good potential to meet somebody at this time, that could turn into something more serious in the future. But this is also a great card for money, promotions, getting new jobs, all those things. Next, you have the Queen of Hearts. Again, I think that depending on when you were born and what type of Gemini you are, that you could be more wanting to open up to love. I talked about this last week. It came up last week as well, that some of you could be looking at having a family even. This is a card of the mother. So some of you could be thinking about having a family at this time, wanting to have a family. And I also think that a lot of you Geminis could be changing values, changing some of the things that you value, changing some of your ideas. Mostly, I would say Geminis born at the end of the month. Or at the end of Gemini, closer that end kind of final third. I think you guys you Geminis at the end are being more heavily influenced by Uranus this year. There's definitely this tug of war going on with Uranus and Jupiter and also the other side of the zodiac. So, and I think it's causing maybe some interesting thoughts in Gemini's head at this time, which good things, positive changes. Next, you have the Nine of Hearts, card of wishes and getting something you wish for. So I think a lot of you could be getting something you wish for at this time. Also, the ending of cycles. This could be, even though it's a card of wishes and getting something you want, it can represent the ending of a relationship as well. But it does represent something coming in right away behind it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Next, Jack of Diamonds, card of the admirer, somebody who's interested in you. So again, if you're single, you could have an admirer. For the rest of you, this is a typical message for Gemini, needing to take a break from work, needing to take some time for yourself, and even needing to take time to have fun. Again, the Jack of Diamonds represents needing to have fun, needing to, it says that you could be working too hard, focus too much on work, you need to focus on other things. And finally, you show up here, Queen of Spades, puts you in a position of strength, position of power, again, because this is you. It is also a card of, I think, for you having some decisions to make. I'm mostly only saying that because of the combination with this card and the Three of Clubs. So I do think a lot of you have decisions. That was something that came up in the April readings as well, having a decision to make. And I think also part of the problem is that there is no right or wrong answer for you. So I think you have to kind of decide what you really, which choice would really best fit you. The other trick with the Queen of Spades is to go into the future, is to picture yourself in the future and try to determine which choice means what for your future and what it would look like. And I think that a lot of you, again, going back to this tug of war thing here, you know, you have the Queen of Hearts, Queen of Spades. I think a lot of you could be making decisions like, you know, you could be thinking, well, I have this opportunity to work at this job, which would take up a lot of my time. I'd be working a lot, but I also kind of want to have a family in the future, which, you know, taking this job isn't really an option for that. Or I could take this other job, which would be less. So a lot of you could be, again, having these little kind of battles, and that's just one example. I think there are many other examples that a lot of you could be going through that you need to think about. But this card does say that either way you will be happy, so I guess, you know, that doesn't make the answer any easier, but still very interesting. So I think it'll be a great week, especially Ace of Diamonds, great money card. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.